This program on campus is allowing students to get creative with 3D printing. Our own Michael Neenan has more details.
And the season of giving is upon us. Find out how Kent State University's bookstore is giving back to the community.
And President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, has been indicted on 9 tax charges. We have more on this developing news.
And a new furry friend is making its recovery at the Chicago Shed Aquarium. All this and more as TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Portage County, and welcome to your Friday evening newscast. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Lex Rady.
And we start tonight's show with our reporter, Michael Neenan.
What do you have for us tonight, Michael?
Well, guys, today I was at the Design and Innovation Hub where guests were able to make their own cookie cutters for the holiday season. Because at the DI Hub, the workshop was hosted in the Reactor Studio located on its first floor, where visitors designed, uploaded, and printed their own custom cookie cutters for the holiday season. The printers use biodegradable plastic using cornstarch as its primary ingredient, making them safe for food preparation. The printers can do more than just make cookie cutters, though.
Very creative things. They can be both used for art and engineering. They allow for different types of plastics to be used. They reduce on the amount of material being used when printing or when making things, because if you make things in other processes, they waste more material. And they're just very easy to use, very user-friendly, and you can do very wild, crazy things with them.
The Reactor Studio will offer more workshops in January for the spring semester. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Michael Neenan.
Thanks, Michael. If you've been to the university bookstore recently, you probably noticed the giving tree located at the front of the store.
This Christmas tree's purpose is to give back to the Portage County community. Our own Hayden Cruz has more on the story.
Inside the Kent State University bookstore, a tradition to give back to the community is shining bright in the giving tree.
A tree with ornaments that had the kids, if they were a boy or girl, what their reading interest was and how old they were, and then we would pair a book with them. Anyone could come in and grab an ornament off the tree that matched a book and then purchase it for the child.
The tree has been up in the bookstore for 11 years now. This year, the tree has 17 kids, but the highest number was 59 in 2013.
The kids never know the books come from an outside source. They go to the guardian or the parent. The parent wraps it up, puts it under a tree, and it's really to encourage the children to read with their parents.
The books go to kids in transitional housing in Portage County. Each year, every single ornament comes down and a book goes under the tree.
Anyone from the community is welcome and encouraged to purchase a book off the giving tree for a child.
The staff of the bookstore feel having the tree on campus brings college kids into the spirit of giving.
I think like a stereotype is that like college students are really poor, which it could be true. It's very true. It's relatable. I mean, but I think there's still a lot of room for college students to give, and I think we want to give back. So I think it's really important to have an opportunity to give just right here on campus.
As things come and go from the bookstore, the tradition of the giving tree will never leave.
As much as I don't like putting Christmas trees up early, it goes up right after Thanksgiving as soon as we have the list, and then it stays up through the second week of, like right after finals.
Reporting for TV2, I'm Hayden Cruz.
Thanks, Hayden. It's graduating season for seniors. The fall semester commencement ceremony will have over 2,300 students walking across the stage to end their time at Kent State. From December 15th to the 16th, graduates will say goodbye to Kent and start their careers. Congratulations.
For all you classical music fans out there, Kent State University's Orchestra and Choir presents What is America this Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. The KSU Orchestra will explore the orchestra as a living, breathing organism and as a source of tradition and innovation that connects us with hundreds of years of ongoing musical creativity. You can find tickets for the event at kent.edu.
And the King Kennedy Community Center is hosting a children's Christmas party this Saturday from 12 to 3 p.m. The event will have giveaways and peace baskets for those under the age of 13. For more information about the event, you can call 330-296-9957.
Hello, Portage County, Northeast Ohio. I hope you're having a nice day out there. I'm TV2 weather anchor Odin Amador Gorby with your Friday evening weather forecast. Now, currently in Kent right now, we are dealing with pretty warm temperatures out there tonight, 57 degrees with partly cloudy skies in our area right now. Dew point at 32, winds are moving northeast at 10 miles per hour, and visibility at 10 miles. It is definitely a nice evening for sure. And as we look across our Northeast Ohio region right now, we are seeing temperatures that are almost fall-like, but not quite. You know, like 57 in Kent, 60 in Cleveland, 54 in Sandusky, 57 in Mansfield, Worcester at 58, Canton at 58, Youngstown at 60, and 58 in Ashtabula. So it's definitely a warmer fall evening for sure, or actually almost winter evening, because we're in December now. And as we look towards your hour-by-hour forecast for this evening, we're going to see basically the temperature is going to remain the same in the 50s with cloudy skies all throughout the night tonight towards 7, 9, and 11 o'clock tonight. And that's all I have for now, folks. In my next update, I'll have your weekend weather forecast. Until then, back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. All right, taking a break from sitting at the news desk, we're going to look at some news on the road. Literally. Cuyahoga Heights police arrested the driver of an Audi for going 140 miles per hour on the highway. The high-speed chase took place on Thursday morning at around 3 a.m. on I-77 northbound near Fleet Avenue and East 30th Street. The driver exited Chester Avenue and then finally stopped his vehicle at Euclid Avenue and East 30th Street, where he was taken into custody at gunpoint. A traffic stop conducted by the Coshocton County Sheriff's Office resulted in a drug bust. At 11:35 p.m. on Wednesday in the 2200 block of Ohio 751 in Lafayette Township, the department stated that a K-9 officer alerted to stop a vehicle to conduct a search. The officer found a large amount of suspected methamphetamine drug trafficking materials and even a firearm, which was all confiscated. A man and a woman were taken into custody. The Coshocton County Prosecutor's Office is still reviewing the case. And in Central Ohio, Grandview Heights police are investigating an attempted murder and suicide case. A woman was found stabbed multiple times and a person was found dead on a Columbus highway. Grandview Heights called for assistance around 7:13 a.m. on Wednesday for reports of a man's body located near Interstate 670. Police said the man jumped off of Grandview Avenue Bridge and was pronounced dead at the scene. The responding crew shut down access to I-670 at the US 33 exit ramp. Well, that's all the highway stories I have for you today. Make sure to drive safely if you're going home for break and to have a happy holiday. For TV2 News, this is Lex Rady.
President Joe Biden's son Hunter has been indicted on 9 tax charges. We have more on this developing news later.
And updates about the shots fired near a temple in Albany, New York after this break.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back. AI has become widely used across the country for many different purposes.
Our own Brian Metzel has more information regarding this advanced technology.
Thanks, Aaron Lex. Good evening, Kent State and Noah Portage County. I'm Brian Metzel, and tonight we are going to start by going into the tech department as new AI developments have been updated into everyday usage. Google is taking a leap forward in its artificial intelligence race. Its new AI model, Gemini, just came out Wednesday. The company says it's going further than other programs by accepting multimedia devices. Google's AI chatbot, Bard, already has Gemini upgrades downloaded into its software. Legendary actor Jimmy Stewart might be gone from this world, but his voice is not. The Calm app features an AI-generated version of the Academy Award winner for one of its soothing stories. The tale is called A Wonderful Sleep Story in honor of Stewart's famous holiday movie. It begins on Christmas Eve, and it's also calming, says it's going to be working on it with late actor's family with the project, so the AI company Respeecher. History is made in one of the Bay Areas of California with the plane taking on without a crew on board. They've been flying smaller planes without a pilot on board since 2019, and this is the first time a flight was taken with a cargo plane of this size operated remotely by a private company. CEO Robert Rose said the other technology will also improve aviation safety. The hope is that it can conclude one day and transition into a passenger aircraft, something he said could facilitate travel between smaller aircraft and airports. However, the technology still has to be certified by the FAA, something Rose says they are well on their way to doing. So now that AI has gotten more accessible in use of everyday items as we continue to monitor its progression. That's all I have for now, but stay tuned because later I'll have health updates as we get closer to the holidays. Until then, back to you ladies at the news desk.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a look now at your statewide temperatures, and as you look across the state of Ohio tonight, it's definitely a little warmer for sure this evening. 60 degrees in Akron, 60 degrees in Steubenville, 63 in Athens. Our state capital of Ohio right now is 60 degrees. Lima a little cooler at 56 degrees. Dayton at 58 tonight, and Cincinnati a whopping 61 right there for this evening. So it definitely feels a warmer evening for sure. For this time of year in December. And as we look towards tomorrow's forecast, we are expecting warmer temperatures for sure, 60 degrees with cloudy skies out there. Cloudy skies will be all throughout the day, but there is that slight chance of a rain shower in the afternoon. Winds will be gusty at times, south 10 to 20 miles per hour, so definitely be aware of that. And sunset tomorrow will be 4:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it'll be early. That's for sure. And then, of course, Sunday, we'll start to see a cold front that's going to come through, bringing the temperatures down dramatically to 45 degrees with rain showers in our area. So there'll be rain showers with overcast skies later in the day. Winds will start to go down a bit. Winds will be west-northwest at 9 miles per hour, and sunset at 4:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely be ready for that for Sunday. And as we look at your 7-day outlook, we are going to be seeing cloudy skies for your Saturday, but then the rain will start to come in with a high of 47 degrees. But look at Monday, we'll start to deal with some snow showers as temperatures will plummet to 35. But then we'll see a rebound again with partly cloudy skies, a high of 42. And then the rest of the week will be sunny skies with highs almost in the 40s, almost hitting 50s. That about wraps up my Friday evening weather forecast. I hope you stay warm this weekend. You have a great weekend, everybody. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. The White House wants to make a border security deal with Republicans. President Joe Biden says he's willing to make a compromise with the GOP in order to get negotiations about Ukraine funding back on track. A deal that would provide about $60 billion worth of support towards Ukraine's war against Russia is in the stalemate, blocked this week by Senate Republicans. Now, the aid package also includes funds for Israel, Taiwan, and U.S. border security measures. That's where the GOP is standing firm. President Joe Biden says he's ready to talk with Republicans on the issue. Sources tell CNN the president is willing to raise the credible fear standard for migrants, which could make less migrants eligible for asylum.
More conflict arises in the Biden family as President Biden's son, Hunter Biden, has been indicted on 9 tax-related charges in a special counsel investigation. This adds to his previous gun charges. The new charges include 3 felonies and 6 misdemeanors, arriving after the implosion of a plea deal over the summer that would have spared him jail time. If convicted, Hunter Biden could face up to 17 years in prison.
President Joe Biden and the transportation officials are planning to announce more than $8 billion in federal rail grants. The money will go towards 10 projects, all funded by the bipartisan infrastructure law. The ambitious Brightline West project is getting $3 billion alone. The high-speed rail line is expected to connect to Las Vegas to Los Angeles in half the time it currently takes to drive. Planners hope it will be completed in time for the 2028 Olympics in LA. Also getting funding, a controversial high-speed rail project connecting Los Angeles to San Francisco that is already years behind schedule.
The U.S. economy is up nearly 200,000 new jobs. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 199,000 jobs were added in November, which is about 20,000 more than economists were expecting. The unemployment rate fell from 3.9% to 3.7%. So, Dad, if you're watching, I promise I'll be on the lookout for those new jobs.
New York's governor has called for an increased patrol at synagogues, temples, and community centers as Hanukkah gets underway. There's been a recent surge of anti-Semitic incidents and already a shooting near a temple in Albany. Police say the 28-year-old opened fire, shouting, "Free Palestine." There were no reported injuries. Authorities are investigating the incident as a hate crime. Spencer Collin reports.
On the other side of the coast in Bakersfield, California, 3 men are in stable condition after a pickup truck plowed into a Christmas parade Thursday evening. Police arrested the driver and investigated alcohol as a potential factor for the accident. Hanukkah has just started last night, and New York celebrated by lighting the tallest menorah. We'll have the details.
We're going to take a trip all around Kent State and check out what our sports teams are up to as the semester comes to a close.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Hello and welcome back to the final TV2 Friday Night Sports Report. I'm Timmy Carlisle, and we've got an hour-long show tonight, and that means I've got a lot of sports for y'all. So let's get started. Of course, we're going straight to tonight's sports segment, starting off with showcasing Kent sports, and what better way to do that than tossing around with Timmy. Let's get things started out on the mat. Earlier today, the wrestling team hosted the Virginia Military Institute and Gannon University for a pair of duels. The team dropped them both, falling 20-19 and 23-16. The team looks to quickly recover as they head to Cleveland State Open for the wrestling match tomorrow at 10 a.m. Next, let's bounce over to basketball and see what's coming up for our men's and women's basketball teams. The men's basketball team will be hosting the Cleveland State Vikings tomorrow at 2 p.m. for the Coaches versus Cancer game. The MACC will be a drop-off donation location for the Lodge's holiday wish list items this season. The women's basketball team will travel to Duquesne on Sunday, where tip-off is scheduled for 2 p.m. And as we tumble into the end of the final segment of the semester, the gymnastics team will host the Blue and Gold exhibition on Sunday here on campus. If you make it out to the game, be sure to stick around after for the first ever post-event poster signing and meet and greet with the 2023-2024 Golden Flashes gymnastics team. That's going to conclude all the events going on with KSU Athletics. For more updates, be sure to check out kentwired.com. And as I mentioned earlier, we've got an hour-long episode of your TV2 Friday night newscast, so this is going to be fun. Buckle up, folks. It's time for some Cleveland Browns preview for this Sunday. This Sunday, the Browns are going to be hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Browns are coming in at 7-5. The Jaguars are coming in at 8-4. They're coming into town for an AFC matchup. In my opinion, it doesn't matter who's starting at quarterback on Sunday for the Jaguars. The Browns defense is going to come out firing on all cylinders. And as we all know, the Browns Stadium is a whole different environment to play in. The fans and the weather can make a regular season game anything but regular. Now, on the other side of the ball, for the Browns, Joe Flacco looked really good. He was throwing the ball deep, which was an element of the Browns offense that's been absent as of late. And aside from the obvious turnover at the end of the game, Joe was looking good with the ball. The Jaguars are coming off a disappointing loss to Cincinnati on Monday Night Football, and the Browns look to get a win after dropping 2 straight on the road. That's going to wrap it up for the first half of your TV2 Sports Report. Later on, I'll recap Thursday Night Football and the NBA in-season tournament.
An adorable 8-week pup has been found at Chicago's Shed Aquarium. Stick around to say hello to Pup L2306.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
The biggest menorah is standing tall and proud in Manhattan as the first night of Hanukkah begins. Hanukkah is a Jewish holiday that is celebrated for 8 consecutive days. The holiday is the festival of lights, and it's celebrated with the nightly menorah lighting. So happy Hanukkah to all of our viewers celebrating.
An 8-week-old northern sea otter pup has found a home at Chicago's Shed Aquarium. Alaska Sea Life Center rescued the pup back in late October. Now experts at the aquarium will be able to provide the otter everything it needs to become healthy and strong. The experts do this by providing soft towel grooming, regular checkups, and feeding him every few hours. You can view the pup's progress on social media, as Shed Aquarium says it will be posting updates on the pup, including choosing a name. Details will be posted for when the public can see the pup in action.
That's so wonderful, Lex.
I know. It's an adorable story. I cannot wait to see what they name the pup. What do you think they should name it?
I don't know, maybe like Aaron? No, I'm just kidding. No, maybe like Fluffy or something like super basic like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's a few of them. I think in the article it said that this was in addition to the exhibit, so I think there's a few running around there. But I have a fun fact for you.
Okay.
Did you know there's a difference between sea otters and river otters?
No, what is the difference?
So I know for a fact sea otters are a lot smaller,
Okay.
and they're more playful with humans. Like if
Okay.
you swim by and you see one, it probably won't attack you. Although if
I
you're
didn't know
in-
otters were vicious.
River otters are vicious. I read that. They can attack people and they get bigger. So watch out.
So what's the cute otters? Like, is it the
sea otters.
Okay, okay. So those are the ones that like you see and you're like, we can chill.
Yeah. Have you ever seen one at the zoo?
No, not really.
I don't think I have either. So we'll have to take a trip to Chicago together.
Oh,
and
that
see
would be
this cute
fun.
little
That
pup.
will be fun.
Yeah. Well, that is all the time we have for you right now. We're going to take it to a break. Join us at 6.
For updates on all these stories, check out our website and the socials at Kent Wired. Don't go anywhere because we will pick right back up at 6:30 for more news.
Can you concern with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, have a good time. Planting seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic. To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall. Book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first little thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side. By your side. And every day is a different day. Everything is in everything. Even when you think things could never ever be the same. Don't be scared of the world, I'll be here to stay. By your side. Even when your heart ain't listening, or your mind takes you a different way, towards a different path. All you gotta do is sit and ask. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
When the adults in a child's life talk early and often about the dangers of underage drinking, the message gets stronger every time.
I'll be by your side.
Talk. They hear you.
On 9/27, this absolute menace of a man broke the Stardew community when he tweeted this image.
A 3, but that looked really good for the time.
That was incredible to me. My body kept shaking, and I also got a picture with them too, which was awesome.
Catch All Systems Go, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. TV2 Entertainment. See what's up.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and Mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya.
I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's gonna be cool. She's my superhero. Good job, kitty cat. When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
This program on campus is allowing students to get creative with 3D printing. Our own Michael Neenan will have more details.
Schools are facing a driver shortage. Our reporter Alex Manthe has more coming up.
A Christmas celebration turns tragic after a pickup truck crashed into a Christmas parade. We'll have more on this developing story.
And a special holiday for those with a sweet tooth. We'll have the details on when and how to celebrate it.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Portage County, and welcome to your Friday evening newscast. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Lex Brady.
We start tonight's show with our reporter, Michael Neenan.
What do you have for us tonight, Michael?
Well, guys, the Reactor Studio in the Design and Innovation Hub held an Intro to 3D Printing workshop where participants could print out their own custom cookie cutters for the holidays. The workshop was open to students and faculty alike. Visitors were taught how to create three-dimensional designs and upload them for printing. Many participants chose holiday-themed designs from a digital library.
I made a cookie cutter, like a holiday one with some leaves and berries, and I didn't actually make the design. I downloaded a free one, but they showed me how to make my own design in the future if I want to, and so I'll come back later after it's printed out and pick it up.
Others chose designs that were not so holiday-themed, but still exhumed plenty of spirit.
I specifically chose a SpongeBob SquarePants cookie cutter design, so that's definitely going to be gifted to someone in my family.
The printers use a biodegradable plastic made partly of cornstarch, making them safe to use in food preparation, though they should not be heated. 3D printers are not just limited to cookie cutters.
They allow you to do some very creative things. They can be both used for art and engineering. They allow for different types of plastics to be used. They reduce on the amount of material being used when printing. And they're just very easy to use, very user-friendly, and you can do very wild, crazy things with them.
3D printers and everything else in the reactor are available for use for staff, faculty, and students alike, so long as they complete a 1-hour orientation before doing so. The Reactor Studio will offer more workshops in January for the spring semester. Reporting for TV2 News for the last time this semester, I'm Michael Neenan.
Thanks, Michael. It's graduating season for seniors. The fall semester commencement ceremony will have over 2,300 students walking across the stage to end their time here at Kent State. From December 15th to the 16th, graduates will say goodbye to Kent and start their careers. Congratulations.
For any of those classical music fans out there watching our show, the Kent State School of Music's Orchestra and Choirs present What is America? This Sunday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. The KSU Orchestra will explore the orchestra as a living, breathing organism and as a true source of tradition and innovation that connects with us hundreds of years of ongoing musical creativity. You can find tickets online for this event at kent.edu.
The King Kennedy Community Center is hosting a children's Christmas party this Saturday from 12 to 3 p.m. The event will have giveaways and peace baskets for those under the age of 13. For more information about the event, you can call 330-296-9957. And it's that time of year again when holiday shopping has become the main priority.
And if you're still looking for gifts for your family and friends, don't hop on Amazon and instead turn to local businesses. Our reporter Liv Sharp has more info on what downtown Kent has to offer.
As the holiday season fast approaches, local Kent businesses are gearing up for their busy season.
I mean, it means the world to us. So we really count on folks to support us, support the little guys. So it means more to us than it does the big national retailers, because they don't care and they never see those those kinds of transactions.
And for some small businesses, this is their first season open in Kent.
We're excited for our first holiday season in downtown Kent. We have been open since April, so this is really our first go at it, having a pop shop or people just stopping by and popping in because they want to see what's up. It has been so special, and we're looking forward to even more of that in the upcoming month.
With the everyday convenience of shopping online, local groups like Main Street Kent have come up with fun ways to get Kent residents shopping local, like the Snowflake Sweepstakes or the Kent Cookie Walk. But currently,
it's the ELF Hits Downtown Kent. So there are 30 businesses participating, and they each have their own MSK ELF hidden somewhere inside their shops. We're giving away another $1,000 worth of gift cards, a bunch of $25 ones, and then another big winner for $500.
But whether it be cake pops or plant shops, downtown Kent has over 30 local businesses to shop from, so there's something for everyone in your life.
You know, we're always trying to figure out new things and new types of events that will get people out and interested in you know, going from shop to shop.
Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Liv Sharp.
Hello all, Portage County in Northeast Ohio. I'm TV2 weather anchor Odin Amder-Glorby with your Friday evening weather forecast. I hope you're all having a really nice day out there tonight. As we look at our currently in Kent right now, we are dealing with 57 degrees out there with partly cloudy skies. Feels like 32 out there with winds moving northeast at 10 miles per hour tonight. Humidity at 40% and visibility at 10 miles. Feels like 54 out there, so it's a little chilly, but not too bad for this time of year. But anyway, as we look towards your Northeast Ohio region, we are still dealing with these fall-like temperatures. 60 degrees in Youngstown, 57 in Kent, 58 in Ashtabula, 58 in Canton, 60 degrees in Cleveland, 58 at Worcester, 57 at Mansfield, and 54 in Sandusky. It's definitely a warmer evening for this time of year for sure. And as we look across your hour-by-hour forecast for this evening, we are going to remain in the 50s all throughout our 3 hours here of the night. And 7 p.m. cloudy skies, 9 o'clock cloudy skies, and 11 o'clock cloudy skies. So it's going to definitely be a cloudy night and a little chilly of a night, but warmer than average. And that's all I have for now. But in my next weather update, I'll be bringing you your 7-day outlook. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. Mayor-elect Shamas Malik announced Thursday that his swearing-in of Mayor of Akron will be held January 6th at the University of Akron's E.J. Thomas Hall. The ceremony starts at 1 p.m. and will be followed by a community celebration at 6 p.m. at House 330 located on 532 West Market Street. Malik will be the 63rd mayor of Akron. Tickets for both events are free and reservations can be reserved online.
And now the latest from Ohio's capital. TV2 has the latest on what you need to know in politics. An Ohio Attorney General announced that Issue 1, the new constitutional amendment regarding women's reproductive decisions, overrode the state's ban on most abortions. Yost announced that he has no plans to put an appeal before the Ohio Supreme Court. Now, Issue 1 was passed on November 7th and is now codified in the Ohio Constitution. Adults can now legally possess and grow marijuana, but there are some restrictions. The bill passed in the Ohio Senate has yet to be voted on in the House and signed by Governor Mike DeWine. No stores in Ohio have approved license to sell marijuana. Governor DeWine is calling the next steps of negotiation a recipe for disaster. And the latest in the first energy lawsuit, San Randazzo, who previously chaired on the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio, has pleaded not guilty to several indictment charges. Those charges include conspiracy to commit bribery, wire fraud, and other crimes linked to Ohio's ongoing corruption scandal. Be sure to follow Kent Wire to stay up to date on all the latest in Ohio politics.
A tragedy in a California parade that left 3 people with injuries. We'll have the details.
President Joe Biden's son Hunter has been indicted on 9 tax charges. We have more on this news.
eat strawberries?
Okay.
Jimmy can't sing, and Tommy can't dance, so we're gonna put some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Welcome back. As schools begin to close up for the holidays, districts are struggling to hire drivers to transport students to and from school.
TV2's Alexandria Manthe has more.
For students nationwide, classes are winding down before holiday break, yet their school districts are still scrambling to find a way to get them there. According to a survey from Hop Skip Drive, a school transportation service, 92% of U.S. schools reported a bus driver shortage in 2023.
If we're fully staffed, that's great, but if one person calls off, it becomes a crisis.
According to the Ohio School Board Association, most districts are dealing with some type of shortage.
More drivers are retiring than they're able to attract and commit to going through the application, the training process.
Streetsboro City Schools has struggled to find drivers for the past few years. Right now, they're technically considered fully staffed, but it's a challenge if they need substitutes.
It almost always hits somewhere where we have too many people that are out, and so we're not able to fill the route. And the challenge then is that we can't just grab anyone that can drive a vehicle.
Ohio law says school bus drivers must have a commercial driver's license with a school bus and passenger endorsement, and it takes about 40 hours of training to get that, making it hard to hire, forcing districts to create makeshift plans.
We can't cover, then our secretary drives, and if we need one more, then the supervisor drives, but then after that, we need to cancel a bus.
The district has been forced to cancel a route twice since the beginning of the school year. They say they let parents know early this would be a possibility so they could plan ahead.
Literally, I get sick to my stomach anytime I have to cancel a bus, knowing that students might not have transportation to school.
It's not just school districts facing this problem, but local RTA staff tells me they've struggled for quite a few years getting those drivers in their doors.
We're about 30 drivers short. We have two divisions here, campus and county, so campus services Kent State University, and on that division alone we're 15 drivers short.
Both PARTA and surrounding school districts say they've seen a dip in drivers since the pandemic. When students came back to campus in fall of 2020, PARTA saw record lows.
We actually came back with 19, but they continued to dwindle off. We had at one point 13 trained CDL drivers driving Kent State University campus.
And PARTA was forced to cancel routes.
We still have about 6 door-to-door routes that are downed, and we're reduced service on our fixed routes still.
So inflation has gone up. People are expecting to get paid more than what we can offer.
In Streetsboro, drivers make around $20 an hour and can get benefits. Near the time students started coming back to classes, Johansson also created a flex driver position.
They're trained, they're licensed, and they have a contract with us for 4 hours a day, and they come in, and if they need to drive, they're already here.
The focus now is on recruitment for both local schools and RTAs. Jersh says PARTA holds hiring events often and pays for CDL training on site.
It is not a flip the burger kind of job. This is responsible.
For TV2 News, I'm Alexandria Manthe.
Thanks, Alexandria. More conflict arises in the Biden family as President Biden's son, Hunter Biden, has been indicted on 9 tax-related charges in a special counsel investigation. This adds to his previous gun charges. The new charges include 3 felonies and 6 misdemeanors, arriving after the implosion of a plea deal over the summer that would have spared him jail time. If convicted, Hunter Biden could face up to 17 years in prison.
The White House wants to make a border security deal with Republicans. President Joe Biden says he's willing to make a compromise with the GOP in order to get negotiations about Ukraine funding back on track. Now, a deal would provide about $60 billion worth of support towards Ukraine's war against Russia. And it's still in a stalemate, blocked this week by Senate Republicans. The aid package also includes funds for Israel, Taiwan, and U.S. border security measures. That's where the GOP is standing firm. President Joe Biden says he's ready to talk with Republicans on the issue. Sources tell CNN President Biden is willing to raise the credible fear standard for migrants, which could make migrants less eligible for asylum.
On the other side of the coast in Bakersfield, California, 3 men are in stable condition after a pickup truck plowed into a Christmas parade Thursday evening. Police arrested the driver and investigated alcohol as a potential factor for the accident.
New York's governor has called for an increased patrol of synagogues, temples, and community centers as Hanukkah gets underway. There's been a recent surge of anti-Semitic incidents, and already a shooter near the temple in Albany. Police say a 28-year-old opened fire shouting "Free Palestine." Now, there were no reported injuries, but authorities are investigating the incident as a hate crime.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, here's a look now at your statewide temperatures across our beautiful state of Ohio. As you can clearly see, Steubenville is at 60 degrees, Akron at 60 tonight, Athens at 63, our state capital of Columbus, 60 degrees, a lot cooler in Lima, 56 degrees, 58 in Dayton, and 61 in Cincinnati. So it's definitely feels more fall-like, even though it's supposed to feel more winter-like out there for this evening. But like I said, that's just how it goes. And for tomorrow's forecast, we are going to be dealing with cloudy skies during the day with a high of 60 degrees with a slight chance of a rain shower in the afternoon. Winds will be gusty at 10 to 20 miles per hour, moving south, and sunset will be at 4:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as we look towards your Sunday outlook, we are going to see a cold front come through, bringing rain showers towards Sunday, with a high only reaching 45 degrees, with winds moving west-northwest at 9 miles per hour, and sunset 4:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as we look towards your 7-day outlook, let's talk about it, folks. We are going to be dealing with cloudy skies for your Saturday with a high of 58, but then those rain showers will come in with a high of 47, and then we'll get snow coming in with a high of 35 degrees, and then partly cloudy skies with a high of 42, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, sunny skies with highs almost reaching 40 on Wednesday, and then 43 on Thursday, and 48 on Friday, almost hitting 50 degrees on there. And that about wraps up my Friday evening weather forecast. Hope you guys stay warm this weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thank you, Odin. Now joining us is our own Brian Metzel on what's in today's health headlines.
Take it away, Brian.
Welcome back to the second half of the last newscast of the semester. I'm Brian Metzel, and now, health. More than 200 people across 38 states have gotten sick from salmonella poisoning, and 2 people in the state of Minnesota and 1 in Oregon have died. The illness is severe, and with more half-infected people are hospitalized, including residents of long-term care centers and children in daycares, said the CDC. Most people infected with salmonella develop diarrhea, fever, stomach cramps, and within 6 hours to 6 days, after consuming the food contaminated by the bacteria. The Food and Drug Administration on Friday approved a powerful treatment for a sickle cell disease, a devastating illness that has affected more than 100,000 Americans. Dr. Alexis Thompson, chief of the Division of Hematology in Children's Herrick Hospital in Philadelphia, said about the Vortex, quote, "It's really remarkable how quickly we went from the actual discovery of CRISPR, and the award-winning of a Nobel Prize, and now actually seeing it being approved as a product. The approval marks the first of 2 potential breakthroughs for the inner-head blood disorder. The FDA on Friday also approved a second treatment for sickle cell disease called leukemia, a gene therapy from drug maker Bluebird Bio. Both treatments work by genetically modifying patient-owned stem cells." Food safety regulations and an important warning to parents everywhere. Be aware of the powdered magnetic balls in new toy sets. The Consumer Product Safety Commission has recalled more than 700 units of colorful metal magnetic balls from express goods. Consumers should take immediate action and take them from children and contact the company for a refund. If swallowed, it can result in blockage of the intestines, blood poisoning, and even death. The CSPC estimates there were 2,400 emergency room visits from 2017 through 2021 due to people swallowing small magnetic balls. 7 deaths were reported, including 5 in the U.S. This holiday season, as health concerns as health is an issue for this holiday season, take extra precaution for what you buy for your Christmas. Reporting for the final time this semester in the Franklin Hall studio, I am Brian Metzel, TV2 News.
Bonjour to Krispy Kreme, the bologna donut is heading overseas. You'll find out where.
And the first ever NBA in-season tournament is wrapping up in Sin City. Last night, the Pacers and the Bucks battled for a spot in the final, so who would come out on top?
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the second half of tonight's TV2 Sports Report. It's Timmy Carlisle on hand once more, and let's not waste any more time. Let's check out last night's NFL action. We're going to get things started off where the Pittsburgh Steelers are hosting the New England Patriots at Acrisure Stadium, place formerly known as Heinz Field. Here we're going to watch Bailey Zappi take the snap. He's going to hit Zeke Elliott, who's going to go into the end zone for the touchdown. Zeke putting the Patriots up 7-0 early, and that's actually really important because they got shut out last game and scored on their opening drive right there. Here we see Bailey Zapp again. Who's he finding but Hunter Henry in the end zone, number 85, having a big night. Hunter Henry with his first touchdown there and his second one to follow. Right here we're going to see Bailey Zapp. He's going to look deep. Hunter Henry putting the Patriots up 21-3 on the Steelers. What's going on in Pittsburgh? They are over 500. They're looking great. And now this is going to be the second week in a row that they lose to 2-8 teams if they don't pull this one out. Here their defense is going to try and bail them out, get them all the way in, not into the end zone. Mitch Trubisky's going to sneak the ball right up the end zone, little tush-push action into the end zone for 6. The kid from Menor, Mitch Trubisky, trying to help the Steelers to a win. Here as time's expiring, gets a big completion, trying to get some lateral action, can't get it. Patriots are going to dive on it. Final score from Pittsburgh, 21-18, and that's very significant. Like I said, first team in NFL history to lose to below teams that are 8 games below 500, 2-8 the last 2 weeks, back-to-back losses. Now we're taking it over to Sin City in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena, where the Bucks are trying to compete with the Pacers to get into the in-season tournament final. The Pacers have the lowest payroll in the NBA. They're looking to cash out on that $500,000 bonus for each player. Here the Bucks are battling to stay in it. Damian Lillard's going to hit a couple of threes from deep to keep his team in it, bringing them back from down. Here they are trying to get a lead. Damian Lillard again, back-to-back daggers, bringing his team all the way back. Bucks back out on top, but then Indiana comes driving. Here come the Bucks again, up on top. We have them up by 90-86 there. Look at this slam from Giannis. I mean, how do you stop that? That's a former NBA champion, former NBA MVP, and that's really hard to defend. But Tyrese Halliburton has an answer. He drives to the hoop there with a huge layup. They were 5 for 5 on assists from Halliburton last night, and it really showed. Halliburton said that his bench really is what kept him in the game, as they take a big three there to put him up 122 to 114. And that's pretty much going to be the end of it there. You know, Halliburton was celebrating. His parents were in the crowd. It was a great win for the Pacers and head coach Rick Carlisle. Gotta love that last name, folks. Final score, Pacers 128 to 119 in Las Vegas. And that about wraps up my sports coverage tonight. Thank you all for watching all semester and allowing us to do what we do. For TV2 Sports, I'm Timmy Carlisle. Have a great night.
In the mood for a sweet treat? Well, you're in luck. It's National Brownie Day. Stick around to get some inspiration on how you can celebrate.
Will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
You think you're just checking your messages or telling a friend you're on your way. They could be the last words you ever type. Make sure you get where you're going.
Krispy Kreme is heading overseas and saying bonjour to Paris. The store announced it's opening in the City of Love. That's right, the store opened its doors this Wednesday, and you can now order a Krispy Kreme in Paris. The American Donut Shop had over 400 customers lined up on the street waiting for their doors to open. Enjoy an American delicacy, Parisians.
For anyone looking for a sweet treat, you may want to head to a bakery for a brownie. December 8th marks National Brownie Day, and if you participate by trying out a recipe or buying a brownie from the store, you can post photos of your delicious treat on social media with the hashtag National Brownie Day.
These stores are making me hungry.
I know.
I need to chill before the holidays start, you guys. We got all this sugar going on.
Luckily, I have a gluten allergy, so.
Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme?
I did, before I had the gluten allergy.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Boys over there, Krispy Kremes or brownies?
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think Krispy Kreme has maybe the best donuts I've ever had. I mean, growing up, I had a couple near me, but then they all closed. So it's kind of cool that that now they have one in Ohio, at least. That's pretty cool. What about you, Brian?
I don't eat sweets much, honestly, but if I had to pick between the two, I'd go for the brownies.
Interesting choice. I'm definitely going to go with the Krispy Kreme.
Bruh.
Got to give a shout out to our production fundamentals teacher, Professor Bob Christie. He goes by the nickname Krispy Kreme. I think we're going to bring some donuts in on Monday for class.
Yeah, Timmy, you know carbs, I got to say.
That's a fun one.
Nice.
Odin, what about you? What do you like?
I like Krispy Kreme. Haven't been there in a couple years, but I will say Dunkin' is pretty good too with the donuts.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Ooh. We're getting a little rivalry here. But that's all the time we have for you today.
Thank you so much for joining us.
For updates on all these stories and more, please visit our website at kentwired.com.
And all social medias at KentWired.
But TV2 is not done yet.
The Kent Core finale will be airing tonight at 8, featuring musical group Runner Bobby. I'm Michael Neenan.
I'm Brian Metzel.
I'm Timmy Carlisle.
I'm Odin Amador Gorby.
I'm Lex Rady.
And I'm Erin Sullivan for the last time this semester. Have a great night, Portage County.
What was it?